bring in, they say, an estimated $20 million for education. We begin with News on 6's Terry Hood from live outside the Capitol. Terry.
Dave, this was absolutely welcome news here. Thousands and thousands of teachers are at the state capitol today. The building is packed and there's thousands more on the ground. And they were very, very happy to hear the news. That bill passed on a 42-2 vote. So very solid support in the state Senate for that bill. But teachers here say this is just the beginning. $20 million is a start, but they actually spelled out their desires today. A group of teachers on the Capitol lawn spelled out capital gains, and they're referring to what they're hoping for is closing the loop in the capital gains tax. It's estimated that could raise up to $120 million for education, and that's the prize they have their eye on. That's what they would like to see. It's technically still alive in the legislature, but there is absolutely no chance the state Senate's going to take that up today. News on 6 reporter Emery Bryan is inside at the Senate chambers and has more on what the Senate did pass, House Bill 1019. Emery?
Gary, that's right. This Amazon sales tax would bring in about $20 million, and it was one of the fundamentals that the union was asking for, but it's certainly not as much as they had hoped for. There is still a big crowd outside the Senate chambers, and they, for the first time, were chanting thank you after that Amazon bill passed about 15 minutes ago now. Inside the Senate chamber, discussions still continue on this one other possibility that could get them $20 million more. But the thing the teachers are really after is this capital gains tax exemption. That would be a whole lot more money. That would solve the problems from the union standpoint, but pump all this extra money into education. But so far, the only things considered are these two bills that together would generate about $40 million. It is progress, the teachers here say, but it is not the kind of progress that they were hoping for. I talked to a teacher just a few minutes ago. Here's what she had to say.
We're energized by the amount of people that keep coming. That's very exciting. And I think we're tenacious. Teachers are very tenacious. We are not going to give up. And we're disappointed that not much is being passed and not much is being talked about, but we're not going to give up.
So the Senate has passed the Amazon tax. Next, they'll debate the expansion of casino gambling. This ball and dice expansion is what it's called. Again, that would be about $20 million. But the important question is, what about school next week? I haven't talked to a single teacher down here who said they did not have plans to be here next week. They fully intend to be here. That includes the Tulsa Teachers Union, which said today they have the buses booked and teachers ready to roll. Reporting live on the scene on the story at the state capitol, Emery Bryan, News on 6.
Thank you, Emery, and I've certainly had the same response. People are here with tents, they're here with food, there's bands here. People seem to be digging in. They say they are absolutely here for the long haul. You know, this whole movement actually was born in Bartlesville. The teachers organization there first raised the possibility of a teacher walkout last month. And we caught up with some Bartlesville teachers today. There's actually a community meeting planned in Bartlesville this afternoon to talk about the walkout and when school could feasibly be started back up again. Here's what this teacher, Alex Clausen, had to say about that.
Just an informational meeting for us to have an opportunity to reach out to our community and make sure that we're all still on the same page.
So you're not thinking that there are going to be parents or people there saying, oh, okay, this was nice, but now it's time to go back to school?
All indications right now are no. Now, if we meet our needs today, absolutely.
And he tells me, Alex tells me, that the community has been absolutely amazing in support of the teachers, and they feel very confident that that support will continue. Now, we caught up with a Tulsa teacher earlier this morning who actually rode his bike to the state capitol. We talked to him about his thoughts on this walkout. He's been here all week, and he told us he thinks it could actually last for a month. We're going to tell you why coming up in just a little bit. Dave?
Okay, we appreciate that. Fantastic coverage from Terry and Emery here. Well, you know, News on 6 polled voters across Oklahoma on this walkout. When asked if they supported the teacher walkout, even after legislation gave teachers a raise, 72% of Oklahoma registered voters say they support the walkout. 26% said they were opposed. 2% undecided. When asked what they thought of teachers' salaries after the raise, 12% said it was too much, 39% said the salary was too little, and 41% said it was just right, and 8% were undecided. Thousands of people, as we've been seeing, gathering outside the Capitol, finding out about what's happening in the Senate. One of the bills that they wanted, the union wanted anyway, did pass. News on 6's Joseph Holloway is live with why some teachers don't think the walkout will end today. We've been hearing this, Joseph.
Yeah, we've been hearing it quite a bit. Of course, you heard Terry and Emery bring that up. Now, the crowd, it continues to grow outside. A lot of these people are just waiting to find out more information about the remaining decisions that senators have to make. Now, a lot of people actually showed up pretty early this morning, knowing that today would be a big day in this movement. I talked with several teachers, most of them telling me no matter what the result is, they will be back at the Capitol Monday morning because they say that the proposed funding still is not enough for what their students need.
There are bills that are being talked about that if they will have some sort of action on them, I think we'd get to where we need to be.
Now, some teachers say that their districts still seem to be very supportive and they feel like they will be allowed to be back here at the Capitol next week. Reporting live on the scene on the story in Oklahoma City, Joseph Holloway, News on 6.
Hope you have your rain gear today, especially if you are from Tulsa to the south, because the rain and storm chances, they do continue. Right now we have a couple areas where you're dealing with some heavier storms. Nothing is severe at this time, but there's been enough rain that has fallen a little too fast, a little too much. And we have flood warnings, flash flood warnings issued across Okmulgee and McIntosh counties now. Right now in the metro, just some light rain that is falling. We've had some heavier storms this morning that moved through the metro from Sapulpa over to 75. And right now you just have some light rain around Sapulpa. A couple pockets of some moderate rainfall just kind of all across Creek County there. So down to the south, again, Okmulgee and McIntosh counties is where we have the flash flood warning. You can still see heavy rainfall across Okmulgee County and some of McIntosh County. Nothing is severe, but you have lightning, thunder, some pockets of some good downpours. And again, these are your flash flood warnings as of now. We do right now have a couple heavy storms across the area. One of those is just north of Pittsburgh County there. It's moving across McIntosh. This is the rainfall that we've seen so far in the last 6 hours. And this is why you have that flash flood warning in place. Our storm tracker, Brandon Wells, he has been out for us since early this morning, and he's been tracking some of those heavier storms that we've seen. But right now in the last 6 hours, rainfall radar estimates of over 3 inches. County roads are flooded. This is a view of one of those flooded roads near Morris, so we have to be very careful today. Again, county roads are flooding. We'll have to watch those low-lying areas. So back here, one of our stronger storms right now, here's Blocker Hartshorn. This is eastern Pittsburgh County. This is one of our stronger storms. You might have a little small hail. Again, nothing severe. Coming up, we'll track this, let you know what to expect for the rest of the day.
Thanks, Stacia. The rain is causing a change of plans for the group of area teachers who are walking 110 miles from Tulsa to the state capitol. They braved the rain for a while today to raise awareness for the lack of education funding in our state. But about 2.5 miles in, lightning forced them to take buses to Stroud.
When we're there, a lot of us are actually going to be making up the miles. There's a track and there are treadmills, so we're going to still be walking the 17 miles today.
Okay, still doing it. The teachers chanted, "Lightning won't stop us. What's stopping you?" as they walked around the gym. They're scheduled to walk to Chandler tomorrow and arrive at the Capitol Tuesday to speak with lawmakers. We will continue to follow the developments happening at the state capitol right now. This is a live look at the Senate floor where they're just getting back from recess. We're also covering other news coming up. Tulsa health workers confirm a case of measles in our county. What you need to know. But next, how a domestic assault call led Collinsville police to a man who claimed to have a hit list of Tulsa County workers.